just fundamentals weekly on
Gongyo and Daimoku.
There are three elements in applying the teachings of nature in Buddhism: faith, practice, and study. Practice is the concrete action we engage in based on faith in the Gohonzon, the object of devotion for nature in Buddhists. And it encompasses the two aspects of practice for oneself and practice for others. We last learned that sharing Buddhism with others constitutes the practice for others. Today, let's take a deeper look at the other aspect, practice for oneself, which refer to the following actions: the chanting of Nam-myoho Renge Kyo and reciting the Gongyo, which are excerpts of the Lotus Sutra.
What exactly is Nam-myoho Renge Kyo?
Nam-myoho Renge Kyo is the title of the Lotus Sutra. It is regarded as the fundamental law that pervades the entire universe and resolves the suffering of all humanity. When we chant Nam-myoho Renge Kyo with faith in the Gohonzon, we manifest our inherent Buddha nature, thereby causing an inexhaustible life force to well forth from the depths of our lives.
What is Gongyo?
In our daily practice of Gongyo, we chant Nam-myoho Renge Kyo and recite portions of the Lotus Sutra, which are the excerpts from the second expedient means chapter and the verse section of the 16th lifespan chapter. These are the two most important of the 28 chapters of the Lotus Sutra, which opens the way to enlightenment for all people. The second chapter of the Lotus Sutra, the expedient means chapter. This chapter explains the true aspect of all phenomena, the central doctrine of the theoretical teaching of the first 14 chapters of the Lotus Sutra. It explains that all phenomena that takes place in the entire universe are all manifestations of the mystic law. The 16th chapter of the Lotus Sutra, the lifespan chapter. This chapter reveals the Buddha's attainment of enlightenment in the remote past, the central doctrine of the essential teaching, expressed in the latter 14 chapters of the sutra. It reveals that Shakyamuni Buddha had actually attained enlightenment in the distant past, and had since been dwelling in the Saha world, preaching the law to lead all living beings to enlightenment.
What is the relationship between Gongyo and the primary practice of chanting Daimoku?
The primary practice refers to the chanting of the Daimoku, Nam-myoho Renge Kyo. Reciting the expedient means and lifespan chapters helps bring forth the benefit of the primary practice. Therefore, the Gongyo is called the supporting practice. This is similar to the rice or noodles that we eat, our primary source of nourishment, and seasonings such as salt or vinegar are used to enhance or supplement the flavor.
What if I don't understand the sutra that I'm reciting?
Even though you may not understand the meaning of Nam-myoho Renge Kyo or the sutra that you are reciting, the benefit you receive from carrying out the practice of Gongyo will remain the same. You might say that when we do Gongyo and chant Daimoku, we are speaking the language of Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. What's important here is our heart of faith in the Gohonzon, and the heart to praise and enhance the beneficial power of the Gohonzon.
To be honest, there are days when I miss my Gongyo due to my hectic schedule.
There may be times when you find it hard to do your Gongyo at regular hours, much as you want to. However, there is no need for you to be overly anxious about it. What matters most is having the spirit to sit in front of the Gohonzon and chant, even if it's just for a little while. Striving and making the effort to do so is itself a victorious step.
Can you tell me what is important when we pray?
Whether experiencing suffering or joy, we should just take everything to the Gohanzen, expressing whatever is in our hearts as we chant. The Daishonin also teaches.
It could never come about that the prayers of the practitioner of the Lotus Sutra would go unanswered.
With absolute conviction that we can surely adorn our lives with victories, let's continue to strive to carry out the practice of dynamic Gongyo and to chant resounding Daimoku.